Okay. When I was young, I tried a lot of different things. In soccer, I was the girl who sat on the sidelines and picked grass and waited for the end of the game when I could get my Rice Krispie treat and my blue Kool-Aid and just go home. I attempted hockey and then figure skating. Both ended with me just running off the ice crying, not even taking my skates off before getting to the car. And I tried piano lessons once too, but we shouldn't even talk about that. To say the least, my parents never thought I was going to leave the couch. Think back to the last time that you did something that you love or something that you feel like was helping you grow as a person. I know as busy college students, it's often really hard to remember those things, and we put them on the back burner because we have tests to cram for and parties on the weekends, all that good stuff. But I want to remind you of one of those things that you love to do or inspire you to do, try something new. According to the President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition, people spend more than 7.5 hours in front of a screen, whether that's computer, TV, or video games. I had a lot of failed attempts and went through a lot of trial and error, but I finally found something that I love to do. For me, volleyball was different. I started playing volleyball when I was 6 years old and played every school and club season until my senior year of high school. First, I want to tell you about how volleyball was an outlet for me, just a way to get away from the everyday stresses of growing up, and why having an outlet is so important. Second, I will tell you how it allowed me to meet some people who have such a big influence on my life, and it let me experience a lot of things that most middle and high school students don't get to experience. And third, I will explain how it taught me so many life skills who changed who I am as a person today. So first of all, everyone needs an outlet, whether that's music, sports, whatever you love to do. There's nothing better than getting lost in something that you love to do. The second I stepped onto that court every day, whatever was going on in my life that week, that day, didn't matter anymore. My senior year of high school, I was on a team and we would all stand on the sidelines together, and then we would step on at the same time. And at that point, we couldn't talk about any drama that happened at school that day or anything. We were all just there for one common goal. Everyone knows that exercising is one of the most important things you can do for your health, but there's really something special about being able to compete. Unlike running on a treadmill, I could play volleyball all day and never get bored or never get tired of it. Ryan Frankel, an entrepreneur and writer for Forbes magazine, writes about the importance of having an outlet. And in his October of 2015 article, he wrote, "Having an outlet has always enabled me to balance my work energy and recharge my batteries, but I never fully understood how varying such outlets can result in intellectual development and an overall appreciation for many of the people, places, and things that we take for granted." So this gets me to my next point. I think one of the best things about anything that you do in life is the people that you meet while you're doing it. You never know when you go try something new who you're gonna meet and who's gonna have such a big impact on your life. So playing volleyball for me, I met so many of those mentors and best friends that I have now. I also got to travel all around the country playing volleyball, and that's an experience that a lot of middle and high school students don't get to have. I went from everywhere from Washington, D.C. to Anaheim, California, and I got to see a lot of things and experience a lot of things that a lot of people don't get to. Those memories are things that I will always cherish, but there's no doubt that being on a team, every team holds different dynamics. And playing volleyball, I learned that you're not always gonna mesh with everyone that you meet in life, especially in your career and stuff. There's gonna be people you don't get along with, but you truly have to work past that and realize that you're all there for one common goal. So it helped me improve my communication skills and better deal with adversity and all of that stuff. And I think that these are skills that are really hard to teach in a classroom. I think it kind of takes real life experience to do that, and playing volleyball, I got to experience that and learn from that. According to Psychology Today, trying new things forces you to grow. I was never gonna grow up to be a soccer player or a musician, But if I would have never tried those things, I wouldn't have known that they weren't for me. And it probably would have never led me to what I do love to do. Volleyball was my outlet, how I would meet so many people who would have such a big impact on me, and the sport that would teach me so much more than a classroom ever could. So it may not be easy to go out and find that one thing or go back to that thing that you fell in love with years ago, but I encourage you to go out and do it, because you never know when something's going to come along and change who you are as a person.